Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 15, 2022, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, last Friday, the U.S. markets continued to gain on the upside. Now, there's no major economic events scheduled for today. But as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Australian dollar did gain versus the USD quite nicely above 70. And looking at the indices, like mentioned, the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones both continue to climb. Looking at commodities, gold on the upper range, while oil slight retreat to $91 a barrel. Looking at the stocks, Apple, Google, and Amazon led the pack higher. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin back on the upper range as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the Australian dollar at a daily chart. You can see last Friday we did retreat just a little bit, but we did hit this amazing level at 70, 90-ish one, almost 71-ish level right there on the upper range. That's a massive, massive move for the Australian dollar, which has been quite challenged with it. Now, there's no major resistance here, okay? So this may lead somewhere to the, if it does retreat, it probably retreat to this upper limit from our before, and then maybe possibly take it higher. Okay, we are hovering around the 200-day moving average, and that's a really important level right there. So keep that in mind as this is still unfolding. Now, looking at the other major pairs, didn't gain. Okay, looking at the EURUSD, did retreat quite significantly, and GBP USD also did retreat quite significantly. So the Australian dollar back on top versus US dollar. This is really important. Now, looking at the other markets, starting out with gold. Gold retreating here at 1798. You see it challenged it once again. It continued moving higher, and hovering really during that highs. And if you look, okay, if you pay attention to the volume here, this is really very important, because if we look at the volume, the spikes, all right, is when we get an increase in volume. The spikes is when we get an increase in volume, and that's really a very bullish kind of pattern as we're going above this area. Now, there is significant resistance at the 1800, but once we break above it, I believe we could get back into the 1860-ish level, okay, somewhere about that range. So keep that in mind on the upside. Now, looking at crude oil, we did retreat just a little bit as at $91 a barrel. Now, nothing really to write home about. It's trading pretty much in a range right now, albeit it's on the lower range, but it is trading on a range. I mean, if we do look at a 4-hour chart, you can see that it does have a downwards momentum. But 90 bucks is a support level, so as long as we could sustain that, we won't break it lower. However, if we do start breaking that 88 once again, we start challenging again, maybe we could see ourselves back in the $85 to $80 range. Now, jumping into the US markets, looking at the Dow Jones, look at this, 33,636, and that leaves us at a 3,000 point retracement from the beginning of the year. Now, this is really indicative, okay? We are going into the end of the summer months. There has been some positive news. These gains have been extended. We are hitting our 200-day moving average on a daily, so this is significant resistance as well. Now, looking at the US markets here, okay, we're looking at the NASDAQ also extending its gains and now on resistance-ish level. 13,500 is resistance, so keep that in mind as this is continuously correcting itself on the upside. Now, the stocks that took us higher, Apple, look at that, at 171.92. If we look at, let's see, Amazon also took us to 143, and Google did take us to 122. So they're all very strong, and they're getting that momentum with some volume, okay? But there should be, and there will be, some kind of profit taking at some point, and we're getting closer to that range. So if you're long some of these stocks, you might want to unload, piece by piece, and just see how they continue trading going into the balance of the week. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, did gain so much to 25,000, hit that 25,000 level. That's an important level for us, and we may see a correctional move if this continues with that momentum on the upside as well. So As the week continues, we do have some major economic events coming up with the FOMC meeting minutes also later this week. So there are some news that is still, developing into the balance of the summer that could propel us higher as well. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.